Hello and welcome. It is the 17th of September 2019. My name is Derek. All bets, trades of the like with each his own risk and their own reward. And a lot of these coins have been getting their ass kicked. And today is almost the same for a lot of these coins. A nice break above the 18 average of highs is Bitcoin Cash at levels priced against Bitcoin or crossed against such levels not last seen since the attempted break on August the 14th, and that's what today is. It's a major attempted break. Let's take a look at a bunch of these on the daily. Dash with an update, and amongst its chart, already coming through a nice little bit of a gain. Moving on. Ethereum Classic, it had a few days before back in August, and it's an update today, only 3%. But still continues to hold. I mean, after this game, whenever you have a move above the 18 like this, or where did we resist before? Well, we resisted at like 58.20, so holding between 58 and like 54. Well, so far it's held between 59 and 61. Still needs a little bit to go to break higher. Coins like Komodo have been nothing too big here. But what's interesting is with Binance, it looks like they're going to go like step by step with the coins. All the staple key ones like Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and all those likes, Ethereum, and the such. They're the ones that are probably going to have these nice little gains early on because, well, that's what you can buy with the now that Binance is back in USA. And with Litecoin, it's at levels. It's managed to get to levels last seen since the middle of August. Still a long ways to go from these highs near the 200 handle. Still about a 3x decline, but all this is just that, the attempt. They attempt to fill some, most, or even all or more of that empty space. Neo, same thing, we're just getting above the 18, and well, how much has it been down? What was that, 260? It's lost close to 3 times here as well from this high. Qtum, not a big move, but it's getting above the 18 average of highs, up 4.35%. Once again, another attempt. And that's what all these markets collectively are doing. I mean, Tron's been getting its ass kicked big since its highs at the start of the year. It was closer to 1,000 Satoshi, and recently it was closer to 100. And then we look at just a little bit unclear in here. It's a real attempt. It's just that. It's an attempt to say, hey, market, I want to go higher. Okay, I hear you, Mr. Tron, in this case, and really global markets. And it hasn't done anything as far as any good gains. But as we've seen a lot of times, it's going to be markets go up a lot faster than they go down. So I already know that from June the 5th to, well, what was the slow around? September the 5th, we'll say. That's 3 months. For 3 months, it ended up losing, going from 460 to here. I realize that getting it back in that time is a lot faster than 3 months. It might be 3 weeks, it might be 3 days. That's how fast these markets can move on the upside when they're ready. And these statements are basically saying, well, if you succeed with these statements, those types of actions should be following. Still, Lumens today having a nice little day, 11.9% against Bitcoin, but still only getting back to the level of support that it had in here and still well below some of these levels. As we can see, this high is in at about 3,000. This is like 4x it even from the highs back in late 2018. 4,500, we're talking 7-8x kind of losses. Same sort of camp for Ripple. And in its move, very significant statement, getting up to levels last seen on the way down. And it's only August the 4th. That's a month and a half away. And the up move today is that of 10.6%. Ethereum having levels like Ripple seen back like in August. Okay, month and a half or so. And going back a long time, a long ways higher. Or it's had big declines. So the potential for big gains, we've seen it before. Oh, 2018, here from here. Okay. And that's just what it does. When they go up fast, it's just that. And I'm not coming out saying here, oh, that's what the start of this is going to happen. Because when you have a move like this, I could see follow through where the next 6 candles, where all or most of them are green, and even 1, 2, 3, or 4, whatever massive size ones. And this thing is up at 45 handle in 5 days. That's one of the possibilities that can lead from an event like this. An eventual run higher where we end up coming back to where we come from, establishing resistance and taking a significant amount of time, weeks, 15, 20, 30 days, to hit support resistance a few times and then break resistance or stair stepping higher. Those are possibilities as well. But the way cryptocurrencies work, the stairs are really not that. They're like bow. There can be monstrous gains when the time becomes that of being ready. ZEC, okay, nice gain back to these levels, and also been getting its ass kicked. Now, one of the biggest gainers on the day. Well, before we do that, not everything's even doing this, and maybe Monero didn't get the memo because this is what XMR looks like. I mean, it got the memo to get its ass kicked and just like everything else go down, but it really isn't doing anything in here today. However, the biggest gainer of the day, well, right now since 8 o'clock, is up 96.59%, and it's pulled back quite a bit. It was up to, what the high comes in at 263, so it's down 90 points since then, or well over 30% of its value has been hightailed in just moments, but it's doubled since yesterday, and even higher since like September 6th. We were down to like 50, better than a 3x move in that time. I'm going to multiply this by 100 million just to get this in a better log scale. So it looks a little bit different, but it shows the moves a bit more clearly. And, well, what it lost from like, well, we'll even see from here, June 16th to like a month's loss in one day, I guess. After all, it's had a lot of wild volatile moves before this event because we had this bottom here, which then came up to this high, back down to this low, to this high, back to this low. So a lot of nice up and down choppy action, and the volatility for it is just big because you get around 50 again, even a bit below. Firmly 52, 53, 54 area in here. And then it goes over 100, so it's better than a 2x move, and then it gives it all back. And then in here, again, another 2x move. It gives a lot of it back, and then better than a 2x move. But this thing was, well, it's gotten a lot of these losses back. Let's change the time frame. And on the triple day, it was one of the ones that was going down from the 1,000. It was trading 500 down to 200. It's basically came back to where we came from, big time. Because this entire area of support is where this high happens to come in at. So holding, in any market like this, holding this general area here becomes super, super important. And this thing is wild. This wild card, this thing could easily in 3 days, tomorrow even, 4 hours from now, be at this point, given how wild these markets work. This is just, again, what today's wild mover is. If there's another one tomorrow, we'll take a look at that as well. But on Binance, this is the top gainer. And as it goes, the Bitcoin dominance and everything else, well, the statement is being screamed or initiated or just acknowledged, or they're letting us know. Okay, we're attempting a dartboard rally here. A dartboard rally is where everything practically goes up against Bitcoin, and for decent lengths and gains of time kind of deal. Esque like it was. I'm not going to show it. I have so many times, and you can see it yourself if you're unaware. But that would be the middle of December of 2017 to sometime in January of the next month. April 8, the entire month of April 2018, and March, April into May, some maybe into June of 2017 as well. Now that statement doesn't mean it's going to be successful and how large it becomes. For you have to expect to fill some sort of move. That statement was made in here But really, not really. When you look at this, this is the deepest it's really gone below this 18 average. So it's one of the best statements given so far. Breaking down below the support was what it needed then. It didn't happen, and all of these correctionary phases on the dominance came into play. But I still look at this as well as, okay, now we're establishing a level of support. We'll see where it bottoms for that. Like right now it's here, which coincides with this. And if I'm looking for a setup and play for reversal of trend, well, stage one is band flattened out. Stage two is established support. So that's what it's doing right now. We're in stage number two for that four-stage setup. And then ideally, you want this to either come up to meet up with the band or just go sideways and let the band meet up with price, either and or situation. And that will complete today's video. And really, actually, my phone's ringing, so bye-bye.